Matthew 18, verse 10 to 14. The shepherd and the little ones. In Matthew 18, the discourse unfolds within a discussion about greatness in the kingdom. The Lord had just placed a child in the midst of the disciples and declared that entrance into the kingdom required becoming like little children. From that moment, the entire section centers on humility, belonging, and the value of those who appear small or insignificant. Beginning in verse 10, the Lord declares, "Take heed that you do not despise one of these little ones. For I say to you that in heaven their angels always see the face of my Father who is in heaven." The warning is directed toward those who might look down upon the weak or the lowly among the covenant people. The phrase, little ones, refers not merely to children, but to those considered insignificant in the community of faith. The statement concerning their angels seeing the face of the Father emphasizes their honored standing in heaven. In the ancient royal court, those who stood continually before the king were attendants with direct access to his presence. The imagery shows that those regarded as small on earth were not small before God. Heaven itself bore witness to their value. Verse 11 states, "For the Son of Man has come to save that which was lost." This statement reveals the mission of the Messiah. The lost in view are not humanity in general in an abstract sense, but the lost sheep of the house of Israel, the covenant people who had been scattered and burdened under unfaithful leadership. Throughout the prophetic writings, Israel is frequently described as sheep without a shepherd. The arrival of the Son of Man marked the moment when the shepherd of Israel came personally to gather the scattered flock. His mission was not one of uncertainty or possibility, but of fulfillment. What had been promised through the prophets was now unfolding in history. The Lord then gives a parable. What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep and one of them goes astray, does he not leave the 99 and go to the mountains to seek the one that is straying? The image is simple yet powerful. A shepherd with 100 sheep notices that one has wandered away. Rather than accepting the loss, he leaves the 99 in order to seek the one that has strayed. The focus of the parable is not on the foolishness of the sheep, but on the determination of the shepherd. The mountains in the imagery evoke the rugged terrain of Judea, where sheep could easily wander into danger. The shepherd's search demonstrates deliberate pursuit. The sheep does not find its own way back. The shepherd goes out and finds it. Verse 13 continues, "And if he should find it, assuredly, I say to you, he rejoices more over that sheep than over the 99 that did not go astray." The joy of the shepherd becomes the central point. The recovery of the lost sheep produces celebration. The shepherd's success in finding the wandering sheep highlights the certainty of his mission. The emphasis falls not on the effort of the sheep, but on the initiative of the shepherd. The sheep contributes nothing to its recovery. The shepherd accomplishes the rescue. The parable concludes with a declaration of the Father's will. "Even so, it is not the will of your Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish." Here the parable moves from illustration to theological statement. The shepherd represents the divine purpose at work through the Son. The recovery of the lost sheep reflects the will of the Father himself. The language echoes the prophetic promises that God would search for his scattered sheep, gather them from where they had been driven, and restore them under one shepherd. In this passage, the ministry of the Son reveals that promise reaching its fulfillment. The little ones therefore represent those within Israel who might appear overlooked, rejected, or spiritually insignificant. Yet heaven's perspective differs from human judgment. The Father's will is directed toward their preservation. The shepherd's pursuit and the shepherd's joy reveal the certainty of that purpose. The lost sheep is not abandoned to its wandering. It is sought, found, and restored by the shepherd who refuses to lose it. Thus, the parable portrays the redemptive mission of the Son of Man as the fulfillment of the Father's will, the gathering of the lost sheep and the preservation of the little ones within the covenant flock.